Hey, Tom here, FlipAnything USA. Hey, to start with, everybody knows I am not the greatest YouTube producer. I actually am a real estate investor, and I'm pretty excited today because I've offered this money back guarantee, satisfaction money back guarantee. I'm going to play a class for here in a little bit, and you're going to see why I feel so confident. I have more millionaires in my class than all the YouTube gurus out there combined. So many of these guys, they couldn't mentor if they wanted to. They don't know what they're doing. They are simply like car salesmen. It's like expecting a car salesman to, telling you that they built the car when they don't even know how to start the car barely. Anyways, today behind me I've got Google Earth. And what I really want to do is I plan on being on YouTube most of the day today because I want to just, there's so many people that are apprehensive, and I'm taking away the fear. In other words, you're not happy, I'll give you your money back. It's that simple. I'm that confident in what I've got going here, and my students are the best. They're money makers. They're passionate about it. Many of them came in unsure, and they've developed a passion. That's what's really cool, and that's what's actually a good thing for you guys that are kind of on the fence, that still, you're fearful, and I get it. People are afraid of what they don't know. So hang on one second. You're gonna meet people today. I'm gonna jump around here. I'm gonna show you all kinds of property I own, and then I'm actually gonna be in the field today. I actually have quite a bit of work going on in the field, but I'm going to take you to the different assets that I own and things that I've purchased. I'll tell you stories about them. You can ask questions. If you want to buy houses or duplexes or quads or apartment buildings, commercial, industrial, I don't care if you're starting with 50,000 or maybe you've already got 5 million. Take the class and expand from there. You can do really well. So real quick here before, oh good, there we go. Now I got my chat restored. There's Donald. Hey Russ, glad you're here. Hey Daniel, did you join up yet? Oh, good. Oh, Daniel, you need to join up. You got 24 hours left, bud. I hope you get in. Also, I see we've got some of the people that are already in my class. So I'm going to just use today, for those of you that want to, participate, you can encourage others to jump in. I'm actually going to do I plan on doing a Zoom little live today. The members already have access to my Zoom channel, and we'll get in and we can do some of that today. So give me 1 second. We'll be right back, and I'll show you some of the properties on nearby, and we can get into it. Any suggestions? I'm all game for it.
It's the best thing I ever did.
All right. I thought I'd just start with Google Earth here. I'm going to take you over here. We'll start over here. This will give you an idea. I talk about real estate barbells and how I buy properties up around my home, around my office, around my work, and I buy up everything in between. My barbells are starting to look like triple and quadruple barbells because I have several areas that I visit besides home and work. But let's just start with, and I've done it in California, and I've done it in Texas, and I've done it in Idaho some. But primarily, I'm going to start here because the same opportunities that happen in your neighborhood and mine, they're the same. Same thing happens everywhere. You know what? The land lasts forever. We don't. So the property's going to change hands, and that's good for you because you will always have the ability to make money. And now, it doesn't matter if you're starting now, starting later. I've got several millionaires in 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds. All 5 of those different decades of our age groups are covered with people that have already made $1 million in this class and more. And so anybody got any interest in anything particular, you tell me what you want to look at, that's fine. But I want to say thank you to all of you that have already signed up in the last week since I made this offer. Looking forward to seeing you in Saturday's Zoom tomorrow. But those of you that are still sitting on the fence, man, let's drop the fear and let's make it happen. So I'm going to show you a couple houses that I bought. This is just a couple here. Let's go down the street here. Because you can do this in your own neighborhood. In fact, I got off the phone today with Paul. Paul, one of my students, called up today, and I was explaining to Paul, I said, he was starting to look out of state, and I said, man, Paul, You don't need to. Everything is right in front of you. Everything is in your neighborhood. The best opportunities are in your own neighborhood. And that's what you'll learn. You'll learn it from my students. You'll learn it from me. So look, this is a house. This house right here, I bought this house for $129,000 and I sold it for $650,000, okay? And that is, more than $500,000 profit right there. And I have a new guy coming in to join today, and one of the reasons, he said he'd been watching me 2 years, and he just hadn't pulled the trigger yet. And look at this house here. I paid $124,000 for this house. And again, this one I sold for $620,000. Okay, so I made $500,000 on this one too. What did I do? Somehow I lost. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. Then this one here. So check this out. These are 4 houses that are next door to each other and across the street from each other. And I didn't buy them from one person. I bought them all from individuals, maybe a year apart from each other, maybe a few years apart. This one here, look at this. This is one I bought. I paid, I think, $139,000 or $149,000, and I sold that house for $430,000. And I made about $300,000 on this thing. And this person, they just mowed the house down, and now they're building about a little 4,000 square foot, what they call a McMansion around here. This is another one I still own. Again, this is a gorgeous property. It's probably worth $700,000. I paid $210,000 for that one. So let's jump back up in the air. So that right there, there's $2 million profit, okay? And this is just, in the neighborhood, in the hood. I'm going to show you another one I bought that I turned in a fairly short amount of time. The interesting thing about this story, I actually bought this one without ever going inside. See that? I bought that property for $100,000. I don't want to mislead. I think I paid $169,000. I think I paid $169,000, and I sold this one for $440,000 or $430,000. And believe me, the real estate agent, he kept telling me, you got to go down on the price. You got to go down on the price. He doesn't know the market. This is what you got to do. You'll know real estate in your neighborhood, in the areas you concentrate on. You'll know it better than the appraisers. You'll know it better than the real estate agents. Anyways, they were wanting me to push this thing down in the 350s. I sold it for $430 or $440, and realized whatever, $250,000 profit. Again, I'm going to show you another one. This is, again, just same neighborhood. Here's another one. Yeah, this was a beauty. This one actually had some cool stuff going for it. And I say this to you because, listen, nothing should stop you from getting in this. I didn't finish high school. I was a millionaire by 27, and that was like 30-something years ago. So today, that would be like being a triple millionaire, like having $3 million. Okay, that's how fast your life can change. And I've already had students in my class that have done this. And look, so I'm going to jump you to the mentorship, and then I'm going to show you something else. So in the mentorship, let's see here. That's Facebook page. So I'm going to take you over here. You go in here. Just sign up because it's a money-back guarantee right now. But you can go in there, take the mentorship survey. It doesn't take but a second. Look at name, email, phone number, your age. I like to know if you have a few dollars in your pocket, not because I want them, but I don't want anybody jumping into my program that's broke. If all you have is $2,000, don't do it. Don't get in. I'm telling you right now, don't get in. Plenty of gurus out there that'll take your last penny. I'm not one of those guys that will do that. I'm interested in people succeeding because our success is shared. I don't want somebody jumping into this class that doesn't have the wherewithal in other words, you should have a few $1,000. If you're 30, 40 years old, you should have $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, $100,000 saved. Really, you should be a millionaire by now. There's no reason you can't be. I just want you to know that. There's no reason you can't be. But if you don't have, any money right now and you're 30, 40 years old, you probably got other things to work on, right? Get some skills. I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying if you got to squeeze to get into this, you probably shouldn't do it. I want people that are disciplined, that are hustlers, that want to make more. There's a lot of people that come in that that they're already doing very well in business. I'll give you an example. I'll show you. I'll just show you. I had a restaurant I bought, and it was doing great. But even if it did twice as good as the best restaurant, it wouldn't be worth my time because I make too much money. And that's what I want you guys to get to. You can have your part-time income far supersede your full-time job. I mean, far, like nothing. So get in there to FlipAnything, fill out this mentorship survey. It shows me a degree of seriousness that I need to see. I need to see this from you. But if you want to sign up, you can also just go sign up. And believe me, if I don't think you got what it takes, I'll just send you on your way. I'll give you your money back. No big deal. No problem at all. This is you letting you know that this thing ends August 20th. So this is your last chance to get in. See behind me? Take that one. Course only is cool, but that ain't it. Mentorship's where it's at, folks. Being able to see me almost every Saturday, ask me questions almost every single Saturday, and when you need me in critical help, you've got my phone number. You can text me, and I'll help you through it. Anyways, let's get back to properties. So look at this one here. This is really a cool one. This is one I bought for $220,000, and I sold it for $565,000. That's one I kind of wish I'd held on to a little bit. This was a beauty, and I want you to see why. This is an extremely large lot. It's 5/8 of an acre, but fortunately, they built the house very close to the street. See over here? They built the house very close to the street. Why is that fantastic? Because I can come back here. The lot is large enough that I can subdivide it. I can split the property in two right here. I can cut it right here. And you learn about that stuff and so much more in my class. But again, let's jump back. Let's talk about some retail. A lot of people want retail, and you should. Retail is a wonderful place to be. And so I'm going to pull something out. You guys watch this.
Stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. They'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything. USA, go.
All right, so take a look here. I'm taking over now for you guys that are interested in retail. Maybe some of you got a couple $1 million, or you're fairly wealthy, but it still ain't enough. I get it. There's a home for you here, believe me. Ken Buccio, one of my best students. Take a look at this. This is a shopping center that I own. I still own this one. This is like a 21,000 square foot center. It's got all the standard stuff. It's got a bar. It's got a restaurant. It's got a dry cleaners. It's got a barber, if I didn't say that already. It's got a tattoo shop. It's got a massage parlor. These are kind of staples. This is a fantastic asset to hold on to as you get older, because you want properties like this that'll just take care of you. I've got others. Let me just come back up to the sky. And remember, I told you about real estate barbells. I have another property not too far from that one. Again, this is an office complex that I own. Works. It just makes money, folks. Just makes money. I've got warehouses, like you see there. Oops. I've got all kinds of stuff around here. What are you guys, you that are watching, what is it you dream of? What do you think about having for? What is the ideal asset? What is the ideal asset that you need? I mean, what is it like? When I first started, I used to just dream about having my cabinet shop and owning my building, and that would have been great. And that's where I started. By the way, let me jump to my first property, just real quick. And then what I'm going to do is when I quit here, guys, I'll be off the air, and then I'm going to come back and I'll pop back on, and I'll be at one of these properties, or one that you haven't seen yet. But I'm going to show you one that was a really cool deal. This is a really cool deal. I mean, I got so many. You guys just tell me what you want to look at. How come I'm not seeing any comments? What's going on? Sometimes that thing balls up, so let me know. So let me see here. I'm going to show you a property I bought. This is a property I bought for $240,000. See this here? Now there's 4 properties on about 5 acres here. There's 4 properties on like 5 acres here. And this property right here, it was probably this property back here was one that I bought for 200. Guys, are you having trouble seeing me? God damn, YouTube. I'm wondering if you're having problems seeing me because I'm getting some warnings here. Anyways, I may have to cut some stuff, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, what you see here, this is a property I paid $240,000 for. I just sold it for $1 million. I think I sold it for $1.7 million, but I'm going to say I sold it for $1.6 million. Anyways, I made $1.5 million on this one property alone, just this one right here. And if you want to talk about the $1 million clubs and the $1 million properties, so I made $1.5 million on this one. I'll show you another property I made. What was that? The addresses, to be honest. So I'm going to show you another property. For those of you, I'm going to show you a property I made $1 million on that I actually never even owned. This one right here. Had 100 parking spaces in the back, 26,000 square feet. And you'll read about that one. If you don't have my book, get my book, by the way. Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. It's been a bestseller on Amazon and Kindle. And anyways, if you guys are looking for Bitcoin and get rich quick, like instantly for doing nothing and not investing any time or brain power, this is not your channel. But that property there, I made about $1 million. I'm going to say $1 million. I made more than $1.5 million though in rents, and I never even owned it. And these are also some of the things that you'll learn about in the class. So let's jump over. I'm going to show you a piece of land. Golly, it's funny. You start to forget. There we go. I'm going to show you another piece of land I made a couple $1 million on. Yeah, check this out. This is the property right here. It's all this stuff you see. All this you see here inside this arrow. All the way down here. All the way to the street. In fact, my boys, there's a creek here. My young boys, they caught their first fish in this creek. Now, this is all covered with homes. You can see these homes being built here. That's a couple years ago. This is 100. Now it's got 180 homes on it. I bought that property for $210,000. I sold it for I think $2.8 million. And Don's saying he doesn't see a comment box. Let me take a look. Don, how come you don't see a comment box? You're writing in it. How can that be? All right. Yeah. There we go. I don't know, Don. Hey, anyways, look, that's just a sample of my portfolio, but you've probably already seen, I don't even know how many millions of profit you've seen there. But is this of interest to you guys? I mean, people say they're interested in making money in real estate, but when I show them something that takes a little bit of work, they're like, you can see the eyes gloss over. Not everything has to be a value add. I mean, I've built buildings. I can show you property. I'll show you property. Again, there's a couple $1 million here. But this is actually one that I built. You don't have to build everything either. But anyways, let me just get as a general consensus. Oh, video comments. Maybe that's because maybe you can't comment on it while it's live like this. I don't know. I don't know. Don's talking about that. Anyhow, this is the chat stuff. Might have to do it afterwards. Hey, look, this might be a good time to cut it. But listen, all day, guys, I plan on coming in here, in and out live, to point you to this page, FlipAnythingUSA.com. Some of you have been following me for years, and, whatever. The wife says you can't do it, or you're afraid of losing your money, whatever. Yeah, you can jump in, and you got a 72-hour money-back guarantee. You can watch these programs with your wife. And if you're not excited, if you're not 100% thrilled, then don't bother. Don't bother. I'll show you something real quick here, maybe. Let me see what I can do. I'm going to see if I can share a video with you real quick. Is it live? Yeah. Take a look at this. Okay, so I'm going to show you an excerpt from a mentorship meeting. And this is one of the reasons I'm offering this money back guarantee right now, is because I'm that confident. The success rate has been so fantastic of people in my class that I just have the confidence. And really, and I got to thank my students, because I'll pat myself on the back for, picking good candidates, but they're really the ones that made it happen for themselves, but I was there to help them along. Sometimes that's what a mentor does, and that's what you're not going to get from these fake gurus that just sell you a stack of paper and a tape. Anyways, hey, Josh. Okay. Yeah, you guys are hearing me right? Josh, Dennis, would you reassure me that you're seeing this fine? And I'm going to go ahead and start this, so any new folks that just came in, you can watch this. And then I'm going to bail out of here, and I got to head to another job. I got a lot of people working today. All good? There we go. Banks are competing to do the manufacturer home developments. Yeah, that's awesome, Josh. Oh, we'll have to talk some more on that one for sure. Josh is in the class, by the way. And, hey, those of you that would recommend the class to people that are in the class, you can throw that in there or throw it under the comments when we're done. If you don't, okay, good. Josh hears me good. So, look, guys, we're going to start this, and hopefully you hear it fine. And let's get it going. Hey, you're new to the class or no?
Yes, I'm new. I signed up about a week ago.
Oh, okay. Good deal. Welcome to the class. What do you think so far?
I love the course. So much information. I just get excited thinking I'm learning something nobody else knows.
You are. And you're in good company, because you're going to see people that are in this class right now that they're on their third, fourth, fifth deal or more. Made hundreds of thousands. So what you're looking at is, this is a mentorship class. This is a typical mentorship class from on a Saturday. Anywhere from 25 to 50 people get in there. Some people just can't get in there on a Saturday. They come back and watch it later on, and you have access to those archives. But if you just heard that was a new student that just got in, and I said, hey, what do you think so far? And what I'm going to do is offer them a refund, and you're going to see nobody wants a refund. They see the value. And those that have been in it a long time, people that you see back here have made, this guy here's made $900,000 right there. Kai's made hundreds of thousands, and other people in here have made, a couple million. But in hundreds, or 25,000 or 30,000. It's a wonderful. You go to the archives, you'll see where people started, hadn't had any property, and now they're loaded. So it's a wonderful thing. And that's why I'm so confident. Let's take a watch.
It's very encouraging.
Yeah.
Very encouraging hearing other people in here doing things.
Yeah. And so how far in are you?
About 2 weeks So I'm on the second course, and I've just been going through all the archive videos.
You know what? So tell me, if I told you when you came in that I'll give you a 1 week money back guarantee, you think you probably wouldn't quit, right? I mean, in other words, I've never had any.
Yeah, no question. It's so much value in uncommon information, and I've listened to thousands of hours on YouTube on real estate. It's such uncommon information that I've gotten in just the first couple courses.
So if you hear that, he's saying he's taking he said he spent thousands of hours on YouTube and taking other courses, and he's never found this kind of information. He's never found this kind of valuable information. It's a whole different thing, folks. I tell people it's like if you ever watch The Matrix, it's when Neo all of a sudden starts to see things in binary. It's all ones and zeros, and you're going to start seeing things through my eyes, and that's what they do. And then people start making real money. I know everything's numbers to me. And everything will be that way to you, and you'll see value where you never saw value before, and you'll see problems where maybe you never saw problems before. So let's watch a little more of this.
Yeah, it would be without a doubt you want to keep continuing. But you couldn't devour that information you couldn't devour all that information in a week's time, so someone would have to continue.
You'd be turned on enough to feel like, oh shit, I want some more, correct?
I just get excited, thinking I'm learning something nobody else knows.
Good feedback for me. Like I say, I got guys, it kills me, because I got guys like Rich and Kai and other people in here that have already. Hey, Josh, Dennis, anybody else out there, confirm to me that you can hear the video fine, please. Show that they made the money and taking the action, and I'm like, dude, you're perfect. This is easy. And you're like, it's like, so maybe if I just say, you know what, money back guarantee for a week, and then they can jump in, and then they'll realize it's worth it. I think I may play with that. Because,
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
yeah, thanks, I appreciate that feedback.
I also have another property under contract that's going for like 100 a foot. So I got that one.
So now this is Rich. Rich has sold 2 properties, made about $300,000. And he's talking about he's got another one he's expects that's going to take him almost to $900,000. Oh, you guys cannot hear the sound on the video. That's a problem. All right. Well, listen, we'll fix that, and I'll come back to that. But if you get on my email list, I actually sent that one out to everyone. But the volume's too low on the other one. Okay, I'll work on that. Hey, so look, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. I got to go check on a job, but I'll come back live in the field, and I'll talk about another property that I'm standing in front of or something like that. So please pop in and out, and I'll just keep sharing and answering questions. And thanks.